业工程类，烈日精细，扎劲儿。
哇，没想到人这么多，这展会比我预想的还要火爆。
Look, the little Labrador retriever in charge of the security check is here. Come to the show today, China International Fashion Fair Spring and China International Knitting Fair Spring Edition are held in Shanghai. This should be my first time participating in fashion fair. Previously, expos related to clothing industry is all front end and custom-made equipment. So many people. These few years, I heard more that sew and sew clothing factory closed down. Sew and sew clothing factory is going to sell second-hand equipment. Sew and sew garment factory, due to reduced orders and costs are too high, not able to continue running. Come here today and see so many visitors. Let me feel the vigorous vitality of the
这感觉
clothing
是热闹
industry.
非凡呀，但是对于一个不大懂时尚人来讲，就感觉热闹都是别人的。
All I know is only a smattering about fabric clothing and the operating model of the apparel industry. So this video, from 9 aspects I know, I will talk briefly. Number 1, the feeling of whole exhibition. Full sense of design. No simple booths, bright lights. After its picture is frozen as a work of art. In terms of proportion, women's clothing still counts for the bulk. This exhibition is held twice a year, once in spring, once in autumn. This spring clothing show mostly summer clothing. Occasionally cashmere, sweater, jacket clothing, fabric or ready-to-wear made from renewable or recycled materials I didn't see. This visual experience as a weaver is very good. Every booth is designed well. Big booth, small booth bring out all style to the fullest. If good luck or good timing, you can also meet celebrities of fashion shows. I'm lucky enough to meet a fashion show and occupied a relatively good one's position. Shows begins. Number 2, our clothing industry should be the industry that went overseas earlier. With the demographic dividend earned wave after wave of foreign exchange for our country. Over the years, with the upgrading of our country's industry, the advantage of the demographic dividend is slowly disappearing. The industry chain of the entire apparel industry is shifting to Southeast Asia, such as Vietnam and Indonesia. Go to the mall and see where some sports brands are manufactured. We will find more and more made in China has become made in Indonesia, made in Vietnam, made in India. When we talk about industry transfer and supply chain transfer, superficially, it is just that big foreign companies don't use domestic factory produce, but in fact, its impact is so far-reaching. At the speech of Luo Zhenyu's Friends of Time at the end of 2022, speaking of this story, Apple is actively seeking to shift the supply chains from China to Asian other countries. Mentioned a word called protecting the chain and protecting the soil. Protecting the chain is to protect the industry chain. Protecting the soil is to protect its hometown and protect its hometown people livelihood. I mentioned in my last video, China is the only country with the entire industry chain in the world. If the whole industry chain is the result, then let's think about it. What is the reason for such a result? because our country is open and the policy is open. A large number of foreign companies bring funds, bring advanced technology, bring advanced management concepts come to our land. We have a demographic dividend. Our people have the quality of hard work. With abundant local resources, just a few decades, our industry has grown tremendously. A finished product is not formed in isolation. Behind it is the independent accessory, independent industries. There are also people who work in the industry. Behind each individual is a family. If the finished product supply chain moves away, on the surface is only the number of GDP that has decreased. But it also means that a large number of supporting factories are gone. The upstream factories of the supporting factories are gone. If the factory gone, what about the people working in the factory? What about the other people in related industries? What about the families behind these people? Now you know why we need to protecting the chain and protecting the soil. Number 3, Industry 4.0. The special 3 years production, sales, and the industry chain of the apparel industry has gotten severe effect. Currently, central government and major textile provinces introduced policies to support the transformation of textile enterprises to Industry 4.0. What is Industry 4.0? In fact, it includes 3 major aspects: smart factory, smart production, and smart logistics. This transition is a little imminent. There are 3 reasons. Reason 1, the market has changed. The quantity of our orders is getting smaller and smaller. There are more and more small business buyers. Reason 2, users' preferences have changed. Major customer groups prefer personalized products. Reason 3, the general environment has changed. The textile industry shifts to Southeast Asia. If we want to get order back, we have to reduce the cost. But the expenses are there. How to do it? Only upgrade. Then here comes the problem. Jobs replaced by robots. Where are the manufacturing workers going? What about the small and medium-sized enterprises? This question is too big and I don't have an answer. Number 4, Shine. Doing cross-border e-commerce in clothing industry should know this brand. Repeatedly topped the list of North America shopping app downloads, occupy 30% of the fast fashion market in the United States, 3,000 new styles every day, 20,000 new models every week. The company that works with Shine also is really good. The clothing track should be regarded as the Red Sea of the Red Sea, the fierce competition of the fierce competition. Founder share his startup original intention like this at a venture capital conference. The clothing track is fierce competition, but the fair competition represents the perfection of the supply chain system. What kind of fabric do I want? What kind of buttons do I want? What kind of zipper? What kind of color do I want? I will be able to find it soon at a nearby mall. From this perspective, the Red Sea is preciously our advantage. With this advantage, from design, pattern, production to sale, we only need 7 days. However, Zara takes 14 days at the fastest. Uniqlo takes 13 days. Shine started in Panyu, Guangzhou. It is said that merchants who serve Shine like Shine very much because Shine pays back quickly. Of course, the quick return of funds is also a major advantage of Shine. Take advantage of this supply chain. Shine's inventory turnover days are just over 30 days. There is a little story about a potential investor of Shine. His impression of Shine is that many new styles a day, price cheap. He was going to be in the US for a while. Then he selected a dozen clothes from the Shine app. This investor himself is also a clothing maker. He bought these clothes and washed them. Found after washing, 30% of the clothes have shrinkage problem. Then he called the founder of Shine. Is the shrinkage rate an accident event or normal? Shine founder says, it's normal. But you only wear clothes once or twice. Would you care about this? Seems to make sense. In the end, did this investor invest money in Shine? You guess. Speaking of Shine, had to mention Temu. That is the overseas version of Pinduoduo. Pinduoduo is fighting hard to engage in cross-border. Its office directly across the street from Shine. The salary for same job position is higher than that of Shine. Last year's Super Bowl, Temu said, "Shop like a billionaire." Help Temu occupy App Store and Google Play for several months. Occupy top of the free download list in the two major application market. Temu is different from Shine. Temu is similar to Pinduoduo in China. Just last week, I met the investment manager of the Temu at a party. They are now fully recruiting on various products. Focus on recruiting outdoor sports and outdoor products categories, including ball games, camping supplies, sports medicine protective gear, fishing supplies, cycling supplies, marine storage hardware, outdoor water bottle, etc. It's also very simple for merchants to enter Temu. Just need to deliver the goods to Temu's warehouse in China. Then Temu provides one-stop service. Number 5. More and more clothing and IP cooperation these years, called IP co-branding. IP includes anime characters, animation characters, game characters, movie character, virtual characters, culture and creative products, such as culture and creative products of Museum of the Palace, Feitian in Mogao Grottos, Shanxingdui, etc., celebrity idol, and other real people, internet celebrities artists. There are several ways of cooperating. The first is to sign the creator. Sign before the creator is less famous. Joe buy to sign some of his products, then operate as a company project, similar to the current MCing company. The second is to pay a sum of money to IP during the certain period of time, obtain the authorization of the certain characteristics of this IP. The third is to joint production of bunch of products, limited sales, and IP share the profit. Number 7. Streetwear. All I know about streetwear is from a little girl. She told me streetwear is a label of group. Just put on, you can clearly distinguish whether you are the same type of person as her. The clothing reflects the individual character to the maximum extent and help those individuals to find similar. How to cooperate with streetwear supplier. If you use supplier's brand or available styles, the minimum order quantity requirement is very low. Some manufacturers can help you to do only one-piece delivery. If it's your own designed model, the manufacturer will help you produce but request MOQ. How about the profits of streetwear? Very good profit. The difficulty of selling streetwear. Why customer buy yours but not buy from someone else? Number 7. Machine to print a logo on clothing. If purchasing in large quantities from the factory can print it for you and send it to you. What I'm introducing here is less than 100 pieces, but they are custom needs. For example, cultural shirt for team building, clothing for specific activities, etc. I have purchased the related equipment before. Here is a brief introduction. The first machine, UV printer. Graphics are printed onto garments and then curing at a high temperature to make the pattern durable and can't wash off even with water. Pay attention when purchasing. Different clothing materials, different printing methods are required. You need to ask the machine supplier, can you use this machine for the materials of your clothing? Leather, cotton, t-shirt, synthetic fiber, there are differences in the machine for printing logos. The second is that the printer head is very, very important. Pay attention to ask the brand of the printer head and how many heads are there. This is directly related to the final purchase price. The third is that ink is very important. Ask if the ink is suitable for current clothing materials that need to be printed. The second machine, the embroidery machine. After designing the pattern on the machine, embroidery on clothing. What to pay attention to when purchasing? The first is the embroidery software. Ask if it is free. Second is the software. Ask if it is genuine. The third is the after-sales service. As far as I know, the software is quite difficult to learn. It is inevitable to communicate with the manufacturer continuously. The third machine is hot pressing machine. Print the logo on the heat transfer paper first, then put the paper with logo onto the clothes. Put them together in the hot pressing machine, then 45 or 90 seconds high temperature. Logo will transfer from paper to the clothes. Generally, UV printer customers will also buy this machine. Number 8. Clothing brand. It is very difficult to build a clothing brand. The brand mentioned here is not as simple as this. Designing a logo, then put on clothing. This refers to being accepted by the public. Brands with high brand recognition. For example, by doing a math, 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 is equals to 27 pieces. A minimum of 27 pieces of clothing must be stocked. If you are a store, you can think about it. What is the minimum number of clothes in a store? Calculate how many you need. What if you have 100 stores? So Shine is really strong. The clothing industry has always had an impossible triangle: inventory, price, and new style. Shine achieved the ultimate of this triangle. Number 9. Ancient poem. This exhibition, I also met some business delegations from Northeast China. I met one of the biggest bosses. We just talked a few words. He got visiting the booth and researched by the vice president of the exhibition organizer. Later, he was interviewed by local media in Northeast China. It is said in the morning he was also interviewed by CCTV's The Pillar of a Great Power program. When I first came to their booth, I was attracted by the jacket and the flight suits. I saw the logo of many car companies on their jackets and flight suits. Unexpected, after chat, I found out that the boss is so talented. He can write ancient poems. In the end of talking, I got a book about his company culture. We chatted until the end of the day. The talking content you can watch my next video.
牢牢车马未离岸，民事方知一时。300年来，商国路霸天不败，断不倒。秋风宝剑出城外，落日惊喜大剑谱，海外尘飞犹未息，诸郡莫多登登。
结束了，拜拜。